Welcome back everyone to another episode of the Bayern Munich Career Mode series, and this will be the 6th episode of the series. And before we get into anything, I want to thank you guys for all the support you gave on the last episode. If you did miss the last episode, click on the card in the top right corner and it will take you back to the last one. But starting from next episode, I will be doing 3 games an episode because early access will be coming to an end, and that means that I don't have any time constraints against me and I can upload at least 3 games an episode. But the first of 2 games in this episode will be up against Hamburg here in the Bundesliga, and for this game we're going to be going with a pretty strong lineup, but we will be making a few changes here and there. Douglas Costa's coming back into the right wing position, and we're also going to be experimenting a little bit with Martinez playing at CDM. That is in his listed positions and I think he would do a good job there. He's tall, he's strong, he's good at defending, and I think he'll be able to break up play well in the midfield. Aside from that though, I'm not really going to be making too many other changes because this team did do well in the last episode. And looking at the Hamburg lineup, there doesn't seem to be any sign of Halilovic in the starting 11. And I would probably argue that he's one of their better players, so that's good to see that he's not starting. But again, a bit like Hertha Berlin in the last episode, Hamburg could cause me some troubles. They've got some good individual players in their team, and we need to make sure we don't underestimate them. It is going to be Renato Sanchez playing it forward. It's a good run being made by Lewandowski into the box, and we'll have a shot as well. And it does just about creep into the back of the net under the goalkeeper. It's a bit of a weird finish, and had he have not scored that, it might have been a red card for the defender that was sliding in. The fact that he was under all that pressure but still managed to get the shot off and beat the keeper as well is really impressive. And that's going to be Robert Lewandowski getting his 3rd goal in the Bundesliga, and I think he's going to be a key asset for us this season. It's going to be Müller playing it forward for Lewandowski again, doing really well to get around a few defenders, and I could have taken that a bit further. Inside to Hunt, and it's now going to be Young playing it forward. He wins it back. It's a poor clearance by me and a bit wayward. And it's now here to Holtby playing it out wide again. It's Kostic into the middle, and that is really poor. What am I doing there? That's going to be an own goal, and it's really sloppy defending. And once again, it's a bit of an issue for me because I've conceded a few goals so far this season by just passing it straight back to them. And at half-time, it's been a bit of a mixed bag, really. We played well in the opening 10 minutes of the game, but then a little bit later down the line, I sort of lost it a bit defensively. I didn't really do that well. I gave it back to them, they crossed it into the middle, and unfortunately, there wasn't too much I could do about it. Once again, though, it's a case of really dominating on the counter-attack, but not being clinical enough with my chances. I also need to make sure my defending is a bit more resolute because the goal that Hamburg has scored, it could have been easily prevented had I have not just hoofed it out from the back. It's going to be Renato Sanchez running through the midfield as he does, creating some space for Thomas Müller with the shot, and it's a good save there by Adler. It's going to be Javi Martinez trying to play it forward for Koeman. In a good position on this left mid position. Look at this burst of pace. We'll try and play it inside. What a save by Adler. What am I going to do to score? It's just impossible. But it's here to Sanchez now, going for a shot. Over the bar. Unlucky. Oh, we win it back there really well with Lewandowski, but we don't really have too many attacking runs. Now we do. Here goes Sanchez. And we'll just keep running with this one. Play it off here to Müller. And we just run round the defender and have a shot as well. It's a really good finish by Thomas Müller. And when we need a player to pop up and a bit of inspiration, of course it had to be Thomas Müller scoring the goal. When he makes those attacking runs, you know he's got a good opportunity of at least putting the shot on target. And that's certainly the case here. A really acute finish, just about scoring that one. And that's his 2nd goal in the Bundesliga, and a pretty important one as we take the lead again. And at the end of this game, we do end up winning it 2-1. It's a bit of a narrow victory, but we still pick up the 3 points. We certainly weren't playing at full throttle in this game, but it still is good to see we're picking up the 3 points. And after that, we do have a bit of player trading as well, and hopefully we can see some growth from this session. Kimmich is almost at a 79, and the same goes for Donnarumma. We do now have the next game of the episode though, and this will be a Champions League group stage match against Club Brugge. We haven't got off to the best start in the Champions League group stage, having lost our first game against PSV. You could argue that Club Brugge are the weakest side in this group stage, so hopefully that means that we can get a win. I said that about the PSV game though, and then we ended up losing it, so hopefully that won't be the case in this match. I cannot stress enough how imperative it is for us to get a win in this game. PSV will be playing Atletico Madrid, and to get our group stage campaign back on track, we need to make sure that we do get a win in this game, and I am confident that we can as long as we finish our chances. I'm expecting nothing less than a comprehensive win in this game, and hopefully we can achieve that. It's now going to be Thiago on the ball, playing this out wide here to Kingsley Coman. We'll try and cut back inside. We've done really well here to keep going, and we'll have a shot as well. It's a good effort, but a great save from the keeper. I shouldn't be nervous in this game, but I am a little bit, because I know if we concede, it's going to be a real uphill battle. Try and play it off here to Lewandowski. Trying to run at the defenders. We'll keep going and try and find the pass as well through the middle. It's going to be Thiago with the shot. Good block though by the defender. It's going to be Juan Bernat playing this one here to Kingsley Coman. And once again we'll use his blistering pace to create a bit of space. It's here to Costa now. Cutting inside and having a shot as well. It's a good effort and a great save again by the keeper. I really don't want this to be a repeat of Hertha Berlin in the last episode, but it will be Kingsley Coman. And we'll whip this ball into the middle. It's a really good delivery. And Jerome Boateng wins the header. And what a header that is into the far corner. It's a looping header over all the defenders. And it beats the keeper as well. And nestles into the bottom corner. And Jerome Boateng doesn't know it. But he scored a very important goal for us. Because that is the first goal in the game. And after losing the PSV game, we really do need to win this one. And we've certainly got off to a really good start so far. Going to be Izquierdo with the shot. And a really good save by Neuer straight away from kickoff. They're trying to get back into the game straight away, but luckily Neuer's on hand to save that one. And it's a good end to what's been a positive first half for us. We've got a 1-goal lead in this game. We've had some really good opportunities on goal, and in the second half I'm hoping for more of the same. Neuer has been called into action a couple of times though, so I do need to make sure I get the second goal in the game. It's going to be Simons here to Vossen, and inside again. It's poor defending, but a great save by Neuer. The defending is just so passive at the moment. I don't want to give away a penalty though, that's the only worry. I'm going to bring on a bit more stability in the midfield for the final 20 minutes. I'm going to bring on Javi Martinez and Renato Sanchez. A bit more defensive minded, although Renato Sanchez will be playing at cam, so he's going to be a sort of box-to-box midfielder. And it's going to be here to Juan Bernat, running into the box and doing well and trying to cut it across for Lewandowski. Good block though by Densville. That was certain to go into the back of the net. This second goal is becoming ever so elusive. I just can't seem to break them down. I don't know why. Just trying to hold on to the ball for the final few minutes. We are playing it forward though. And maybe a chance to get a goal in this game. We're going to keep running with Kingsley Coman and maybe have a shot as well. And we do finally get that second goal of the game, but it took until the 90th minute to do that. Once again, it's Kingsley Coman using that blistering pace just to get past a few defenders. And he's actually scored a few goals like that already this season, just toe poking it in. But that is indeed going to be game over for Club Brugge. We end up picking up the 3 points, a very, very important 3 points as well. Having lost against PSV in our opening game of the group stage, I was a bit worried going into this game, and they certainly gave me a heart attack for quite a lot of the game because I thought they were going to get the equalising goal. It was a game that really could have gone either way, but hopefully now that we've won this one, that will give us some confidence going into the next few fixtures. And it is the first of the month, and that does mean that we do have some monthly scouting updates. It is good as well that EA have gone ahead and changed the scouting report layout. Probably the standout player from this whole scouting report is Jan Fischer. It's unknown at the moment what his positions are, but he looks like a good player with good potential. I will continue scouting him though, and for the rest of these players, I'm probably just going to reject them. I didn't really get too many comments a couple of episodes back asking where I should be sending my scouts out to, but there were some interesting countries that were suggested, one of those being Croatia. I will be sending out this Serbian scout to Croatia for 6 months and see what he does bring back. And for this Dutch scout, I'm probably just going to send him to the Eredivisie for 6 months as well. We do also have a monthly scouting update, but I'm only going to take a little look at some of the players that have grown for this month. Juan Bernat has been a bit of a rotational player so far this season, but he's been really good when he has filled in. Julian Draxler is developing across the board, and he's growing very well so far this season. We also have Kingsley Coman, who's been in pretty prolific form this season. He's done really well in the Champions League so far, with 2 goals and 1 assist in 2 games. Kimmich is one of those players for the future, but again, he's growing very nicely across the board, up to a 79 now. Javi Martinez is starting to get used a bit more as well now, and he's up to an 85. We only just signed El Cid Haysaj in the summer, but he's up to an 80 now. He will get game time eventually, but for the time being, he's just going to be a rotational player. And to finish off the episode, we will be playing this game up against FC Köln, and this is the team that we are going to be using for this game. I'm not really going to be making too many changes, but one thing I did notice in the last game against Club Brugge, we really did lack Renato Sanchez in midfield. His sheer presence in the starting 11 does change the way that the whole team does play. Müller will be shifted out to the right wing position as well, because he's got 2 goals in 2 games from that position in the league. We currently have the best defensive record in the league. We've only conceded 1 goal so far, and FC Köln have only conceded 3 as well. I believe they're quite high up in the table. And looking at the FC Köln lineup, I'm not really too sure of many of the players in there, but I do know they've got a good left back in Hector. I do know they've got Leonardo Bittencourt as well, and they've got a really solid keeper in Timo Horn. I don't really know too many of their other players, but the fact that they're so high up in the league, they must be doing something right, so I need to make sure I'm on my guard in this game. It's Renato Sanchez running forward, and that's exactly what I mean. Straight away making an impact in the game. He seems to be really good at creating space for other players, and that's why I like him so much. It's Renato Sanchez playing it forward, and we'll play it forward again for Thiago, and it's a great save by Timo Horn. Going to be Thomas Müller, who'll keep running at the defenders, and will pick it up really luckily. It's here to Thomas Müller again, going for a shot. It's a really good effort. I do expect better from Thomas Müller in that situation. He should have at least put that one on target. And now once again, it's going to be forward here for Modeste this time. Trying to get the pass into the middle. What a save that is by Neuer. How on earth did we not concede there? My God. We have gotten really lucky not to concede on the stroke of half-time. And to be honest, that was their first real chance on goal. So if Köln had scored that, I would have been a bit disappointed. It's here to Marco Hoger, playing it inside to Risa. Risa finds a good pass here to Modeste, and they have a good opportunity, and Bittencourt puts it over. That was their second real chance in the game, and Bittencourt should have done better from there. Javi Martinez into Lewandowski. What can we do now? Really not too many options on because they've got 9 or 10 men in the box. It's ridiculous. And unfortunately, it's another team that we can't quite break down. FC Köln did really well to defend against us. We had some good opportunities. We probably should have scored a few of them. But again, my lack of finishing is really prominent. It didn't really help that they had 10 men behind the ball for the whole of the second half. But you've just got to try and find the gap. And I just wasn't quite able to find that final pass to break through and score a goal. Had we won that game against FC Köln, we could have had a 3-point lead at the top of the table. I just need to make sure in the next episode that I do improve on my finishing. But this will be the end of this episode of this career mode, and hopefully you have enjoyed. And if you have enjoyed this episode of the Bayern Munich Career Mode series, make sure you leave a like on the video. And if you are new around here as well, make sure you subscribe for daily FIFA 17 content. I really appreciate the support on this series, and hopefully you're enjoying it so far. But apart from that, guys, I'm going to have to leave it there, and I'll see you next time for another video. Thanks for watching.